Perhaps the hardest thing about being me is that some days I wake up and I have to do a mental inventory to kind of update myself and reboot, so to speak. And then other days everything's just normal in a continuum. So then I walk around the city with no money or nothing to do,
trying to figure out how to get my life better and wonder why all my friends and family turn their backs on me. And then I just have to remember life is difficult. And so I just have to keep pushing forward and make these stupid videos. Here's a couple of videos about me getting upset about a few different topics. And again, I'll say again and again and again, why in the United States is voting day? Why is voting day not a paid federal holiday in the United States? That's the real question. We have all these other stupid holidays, and if hallmark of the United States is voting, why is voting day not a holiday? And I still have to go to every office in Congress and ask them that, but I haven't been able to because I've been trying to feed myself and to beg for money regularly to get some kind of medication. And be patient about bureaucracy as my services are slowly coming together here in Washington, D.C. that will make sure that I'm not homeless ever again. And I'm very, very much, very, very happy and excited about that. And I am a very serious individual, although I like to make jokes sometimes. And I hope I can find the good path for my life moving forward once I'm never going to be homeless again. Once the District of Columbia finishes their paperwork and gets me to sign it for my apartment. Eternal blessings of health and wealth to each person's family and their entire friendship circle and family who helped me figure this out. Now watch me get mad at some weird stuff. Who even cares really usually, but watch. It's crazy. And then after the show, we all looted the ice cream store, see? Ha ha ha. That's right. Broke in and took all the ice cream for everyone from the show. Ha ha. Cops can't catch us. You know why? You know why? Because we're part of the 1012 2ND. That's why. And we steal ice cream as much as we want. And sometimes we break their windows. And sometimes we break their windows and take even the countertops. And if you want to reach us, you can contact us at that mailbox there. And if you don't know where we are, then we don't know where you are. So, that's okay with everyone too. And the problem with everything is like a couple of things. But first, I have to explain something to you about this because glass 7-Ups, and please pay in advance. Hourly rates. I'm always confused with these weird stickers. There's stickers everywhere with letters and things on them that don't make any sense. Acronyms that no one knows what they are. And buildings with public notice of zoning shit. And abandoned vacancies. Are people just stealing everything and then enforcing it somehow with hee-haw, yada yada, oh get your fucking you and your mama shit? Or is it really so I think gentrification, part of it's evil, fucking militant-based, theory-based, psychology-based, and strategy-based per neighborhood, per city, including the I formation of neighborhood theft. And I'm not talking about this right here. This is construction of large buildings. This is not that. However, the interesting thing is this, right? The I-shaped formation. You find an alleyway that's the heart of a neighborhood, an alleyway. And you buy a house on either end of it. You put in nice pavement, nice strong fencing, tall, automatic gates. Put in your cars in the fucking yard with a truck and a hatchback and a four-wheel drive and whatever else showpiece you have. Put all new siding, roof, do the whole those two houses 100%. And 2 solid men live there. Although they like to fucking, put their dingling where the other men's put out their solids when there's not solids coming out of them. Or when it's coming out of them, there's some kind of weird butthole shit ritual. But anyways, they occupy the buildings on the ends of the alleyways. And then they basically go to the corners of those neighborhoods with those alleyways. And those are the ones that they squat in to occupy and put weird fuckers in and send fake mail to try and own them over time if they never fix them. Okay, then you actually have a couple of houses that you start the abatement process by paying people, city officials, to do fake paperwork. It's real paperwork, they just process it for you, or otherwise they might not. So then after that, you start building a few houses. if you're quick about it, you buy a couple of rows of houses. But this is organized, so it's not just one little, 20 or 30 block area of a city. It's a 20 or 30 block area of a city. Multiply how many areas that is of the area you're trying to take over. People in Pittsburgh got pissed off when the Yinzers lost a lot of their houses, and then they were sold by upstarts to these new tech companies, especially when Google and other big companies were moving up there, and a lot of young people who could telecommute or other shit. There's a lot of technology in Pittsburgh and a lot of engineering and things, and a lot of innovation. So a lot of people basically bought houses and upsold them and got wealthy probably just from that, including keeping a house when maybe the people who came from the area there might have done better. Here's a car driving backwards. That's always interesting. Probably parking. But so there's the bus stop, actually. But Yinzers is what people called people who come from Pittsburgh who were taken advantage of oftentimes. When people in the South say y'all, people in Pittsburgh say yins. What are yins doing? So to take it to that level, that's what that is. So they would call those people yinzers. And they try and fucking swindle them out of their houses for low prices or for better prices than they thought, not realizing that the whole neighborhoods are being bought out from under them as well as stolen in an organized fashion. So it's I formation, much like football or other sports that are team sports. It's both militant in many ways. You also have to buy a small property or small row of trashed houses in between those two first houses in that I formation, that first bar down the middle. And that someone has to live in that one house or row of houses right in the middle there. That's big and fat and scary, but they really don't hurt nobody. Probably somebody who likes to go to the gym and lift weights, but they're really not that scary. They're kind of like Butterbean in that Popeye movie, because you can just run from his fat ass. So like, even though they're big and tough, they're also slow and fat. So like, that's how they start the process of stealing neighborhoods, and that's what's called gentrification. And so I just basically described one of the strategies how a city or a neighborhood is taken. And this is a worldwide franchise concept that I was magically given the vision of through many years of study of anthropology, sociology, and basically the general climate of the economy, people's humanity by serving on many councils, and also by being an ESL teacher with Spotsylvania County Schools in Virginia. So like, I figure shit out and I watch it and I see it in DC and I see it in the neighborhood I live in now, and I'm saying to myself, why do motherfuckers keep letting people just steal? Like, if someone comes in on the main street and buys 3 properties that are nice buildings on a shit fucked up street, and they open a veterinarian, like say on MLK in Anacostia, then it goes out of business, and it's also got a large iron bar fenced off yard next to it. This is a nice building on a nice street. And if you just keep saying the owners live in another country or on vacation, have a bunch of dumbass legal people keep making up names of lawyers that used to work at the firm, and a new lawyer will call you as soon as the new lawyer gets their paperwork done. And then the new lawyer's gone, and then they say, well, you must have talked to Lola. She doesn't work anymore here, and she was a crackhead. So Lola's not there anymore, even though it's the same woman named, pick a name, Shirley. Hi, I'm Shirley, and I'm the legal aid. And then the next time the legal aid's name is Jennifer or Tamika. Don't tell me, ask someone else, perhaps named, I don't know, but think you get it what I'm saying? So there's lots of ways that they do that, and that's my dumb ass. I'm waiting for the bus. I'm gonna smoke some more weed.
You know, it's even funnier than having tea and praying and making art at that Pete's Cafe, like many times a week, sometimes multiple days in a row for 2 years. You know what's funny is when you post online how they're the place where people come to change out of their makeup when they go around the world being the KGB for the United States internationally. And this is the Pete's Cafe that I said there's a building that has that. That's where they change out of their costumes and fucking take all our tax money. Let me put it this way. Military airplanes and big boats don't cost $34 trillion. They just don't. However, the lifestyles of these families that use diplomatic controls and government controls and money to run the world, like James Bond, like it's a fucking Shakespeare show. So now I'm banned from Pete's Cafe apparently, when the manager Mary couldn't even look me in the eyes and close her eyes. And they just stood around. But I hope they enjoy the benefits of being able to smoke their blunts before work, or their ganja, their herb, their marijuana. because now they can smoke their herb right in front because of me smoking here for 2.5 years. But I guess that's how good people get treated, so assholes can have their meetings there. Mary couldn't even look me in the eyes. And I was gonna buy some fucking tea and sit down and chill. Their chairs in there are kind of broken. They do have a nice wall of pictures of presidents that I sat under for a couple years praying and drawing and writing poems. But apparently now I've done something where the manager didn't even know what the hell I did and couldn't look me in the eyes. It might have to do with the fact that I sit here and beg for money and they don't like bums in their establishment. I think it'd be fucking great when I show up in a suit and take a piss on their door and make a video of it late at night. And that's funny too, right folks? Not really. And that's a joke too, because I would never do that. That's disgusting. Pete's Cafe. That's one for the record books. Because the White House is 1 block right over there. And I do smoke herb right here in front of federal police now for 2.5 years. All kinds of world leaders and everything. And it's a shame that I have to beg for money. And it's a shame that I have to put it in people's faces that I beg for money. And it's a shame that Pete's Cafe now doesn't let me in there. A bunch of fucking pussies. Bunch of total pussies. Spring's perfect pair of my butthole and butt hairs.
Which brings me to the next point. I'm gonna light this up. Y'all have a good day. Yeah, alright, right on. Look, there's a nest in the tree right there.
See, that female bird was showing affection toward another male bird, and then other male birds tried to jump in and gangbang the female bird and then scared the bird off that liked her. Human beings are worse than that. But that poor little female bird, 3 male birds just tried to fuck her when she was just trying to get with the one. And I've seen ducks do that where there's like 6 or 7 ducks on one female just fucking tearing her up. Sometimes they actually kill a female when they do that. And what can you do? Mother Nature. But as human beings, we have to do better. We actually have to do much better. And the government here in Washington, D.C., the federal government needs to do much better for us so that we don't have to observe that kind of shit happening in our communities with people, and even fucking worse.